Today, the Trump campaign is facing new criticism over the candidate's feud with the family of a fallen serviceman, of course, Captain Khan. Now, in a letter, a group of Gold Star families demands an apology from Trump, writing, quote, "When you question a mother's pain by implying that her religion, not her grief, kept her from addressing an arena of people, you are attacking us. When you say your job building buildings is akin to our sacrifice, you are attacking our sacrifice. You are not just attacking us, you are cheapening the sacrifice made by those we lost." Now, one of the Gold Star family members who signed that letter is joining me now. Nadia McCaffrey's son, Sergeant Patrick Ryan McCaffrey Sr., joined the National Guard the day after the 9/11 attacks. He died in Iraq in June of 2004. And Nadia McCaffrey is with us now. She's the Director of Veterans Advocacy for Homefront Rising. Nadia, thank you for joining us. We're so sorry for your loss, and we really appreciate the service and sacrifice of your family. Tell us why you felt it was important to sign that letter.
Karen called me and read the letter to me and asked if I was willing to sign the letter, if I agreed to it, and so on. I thought about it briefly, and if I am here today, obviously I agreed. I think there are ways to express ourselves beside being mean and being destructive on remarks that really are misplaced and not politically correct at all. I mean, if we have gone through all the suffering and the pain, losing a son. In my case, I had only one only child, and that was Patrick. This pain never goes away. I don't have to say that. And how could people can judge a mother? It's not about the religion, the color, or the culture that you judge a person who is a Gold Star mother. You just don't do that. The pain is the same. The patriotism is the same. We care, obviously.
I can hear that you are hurt. Was it the comments that Donald Trump made that sharpened your pain?
It was quite irritating and out of place. Of course, it hurts because we have to go through, we shouldn't defend ourselves. We shouldn't have to be here saying that this is wrong. We know the difference between right and wrong. So no, this is completely out of place and should not have been said.
We just showed a clip of a man giving Donald Trump his Purple Heart at a campaign event today, and Donald Trump commenting on receiving that Purple Heart, even though he didn't serve in the military himself. We know he had military deferments as a student, but clearly his recent comments involving the Khan family have not offended all military families. What's your reaction to Trump being given this man's Purple Heart?
Well, people have the freedom of speech and the freedom of action. So whoever give that Purple Heart to Mr. Trump is, you know, it's his decision, not mine. To me, a Purple Heart is sacred for what it represents and should not be given to anyone who didn't deserve one.
Did Donald Trump react in a way that you found appropriate?
Donald Trump has a way of reacting because he really doesn't answer things. That was very light, yes, and not recognizing how deep this gift really is to the veteran who gave him that. But again, it's the veteran's decision.
Nadia, before we go, tell us about your son, Patrick.
With pleasure. My son was, again, my only child. He was 34 years old when he was shot and killed in an ambush in Balad, Iraq. He actually saved 3 lives that day. And he enlisted just after 9/11. He was managing a small corporation in Palo Alto, was very successful and he was growing with the company. So he had, actually he was just nominated general manager of the company. So he dropped everything when he saw 9/11. He had to do something, he had to do something. And the best thing he thought of doing then was to enlist with the National Guards. But at the time, he was not at all certain that he would be deployed because, as you know, the Guards were not deployed to war. Patrick was actually the first National Guard to have been killed from his unit since World War II.
I am so sorry to hear that. My heart is heavy and I feel your pain as a mother myself. Cannot imagine the loss of a child, but he gave his life for all of us, our country, and we thank him for that and you as well. Nadia McCaffrey, we really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you.